Hi everyone, welcome to Go Classes. Let's solve this question. This is GATE 2013 question from group theory. Okay, the question is saying that a new binary operation has been defined on set of integers is defined like this. Okay, so a new operation is given to you and this question is asking whether this is commutative, associative or not. Okay, so remember this new operation has been defined on set of integers. On set of integers we are defining this new operation. Let's call it exclusive or XOR, because this symbol, this symbol we use in propositional logic. In Boolean algebra we use this symbol for XOR. Okay, so let me call it XOR, but remember it does not mean it is XOR. Okay, I am calling it XOR. Okay, I am just calling it XOR. It does not mean that it is XOR. Now, so on set of integers we are defining this XOR operation, and the definition of XOR is already given. What this is saying, Ax XOR y is equal to x square plus y square. So this is the definition of this operation. A new operation is given and this is the definition of new operation, and this operation we are defining on set of integers. So this set of integers is our base set. So first, remember, whenever you see this type of question, first you should understand the behavior of the operation. So base set is set of integers. This is the base set. Now let's try to understand the behavior of this operation. Let's try to understand this operation. So first you understand what is 2 XOR 2. What is that? 2 XOR 2 means 2 square plus 2 square, that is 8. So 2 XOR 2 is 8. Similarly, 2 XOR 0, what is that? That is 2 square plus 0 square, that is 4. Similarly, what is 2 XOR minus 2? That will be 2 square plus minus 2 whole square, that is 8. So first you try to understand the operation. I have just told you what is the behavior of this operation. I am just telling you how this operation is behaving. Okay, what is the behavior of this operation? Now the question is asking associative, commutative property. So let's check out whether this, whether this is associative or commutative. So first let's check for commutative property. Let me check commutative. So you can notice that this operation is commutative. Why? Because this operation is commutative. Why? Because this is equal to B XOR A. What is A XOR B? This is A square plus B square. And what is B XOR A? This is B square plus A square. You can notice both are same. Okay, you can notice both are equal. So I can say commutative property is satisfied. So this operation is definitely commutative. Okay, this operation I can say definitely this is commutative. Commutative property is definitely satisfied by this operation. Now let's check associative property. So how do we check for associative property? Very simple. So for associative property, what should happen? This should happen. Okay, so associative property says that whatever 3 elements you take, any 3 elements A, B, C you take, what should happen? This should happen that this should be equal to, this should be equal to, this should be equal to A XOR B XOR C. They must be equal. So let's check whether they are equal or not. Okay, let's check. So tell me first, what is A XOR B? That is nothing but A square plus B square. Okay, XOR C. Now what is this XOR C? What is this? So that will be square of A square plus B square plus square of C. So this will be A square plus B square whole square plus C square. Finally what I have, okay, what is the square of this? This is A power 4 plus B power 4 plus 2A square B square plus C square. Okay, so this is our LHS. Okay, this is this. Okay, now let's calculate this. What is B XOR C? This is B square plus C square. Okay, XOR A. Now what is A XOR B square plus C square? That is nothing but A square plus whole square. Okay, B square plus C square whole square. So finally I have A square plus B power 4 plus C power 4 plus 2B square C square. Now you can very easily notice, okay, these are different. These are definitely different. Here we have A square, here we have A power 4, here we have B power 4, B power 4. Here we have C power 4, here we have C square. So they are definitely different. Okay, and we can prove it by a counterexample. I can give you a counterexample. Consider this counterexample. Okay, so let's consider this counter example. Let's calculate this, okay, and let's calculate this. Okay, so let's calculate both of them and let's see whether they are same or not. What is 2 XOR 1? This is nothing but 2 square plus 1 square XOR 3. Now this is basically 5 XOR 3, and what is that? That is 25 plus 9. So this is basically over 34. Now let's check out this 2 XOR, what is this? This is 1 plus 9. So 2 XOR, that is 10. What is 2 XOR 10? That is 4 XOR 100, and this is 104. Clearly they are not same. This is 34, this is 104. So I can say associative property is not satisfied. Okay, so definitely this is not associative. So it is commutative but not associative. Commutative but not associative. Now let's check other properties also. See, whenever you find a question, okay, whenever you are solving a question, always analyze it fully. Okay, always analyze the complete detail. For example, we have seen that this operation is commutative, this operation is not associative. This we have seen this is definitely commutative. We also have seen that this is not associative. Now let's check whether the closure property is satisfied or not. Okay, so let's check the closure property. Can I say that closure property is satisfied or not? So let's check. Okay, the closure property is definitely satisfied. Why? Because whatever two elements you take from the base set, our base set is set of integers. So take any two elements from the base set, same or different. These elements can be same, these elements can be different. So take two elements from the base set. Now we can notice that A XOR B, this is equal to A square plus B square. Now notice that this is integer, this is integer. A is integer, B is integer. So definitely A square is also integer. Definitely B square is also integer. Integer plus integer is also integer. So you can notice that whatever two elements you take from the set of integers, we can notice that A XOR B also belongs to integers. A XOR B is also integer. So closure property is definitely satisfied. Okay, so the closure property, I can say this is satisfied. Okay, let's see. Associative property is not satisfied. Commutative property is already satisfied. Now let's check the identity element. Do we have identity element or not? Okay, so let's check this identity element. Is there any identity element in this structure? Okay, in this structure, this is integers and this is operation. So in this structure, do we have identity element? Is there any identity element? Assume that E is the identity element. Let's assume. Okay, assume E is the identity element. Then what should happen? Okay, then it should happen that A operation E, this should be equal to A. This should be equal to A. Now what is A operation E? This is A square plus E square equal to A. So from this I can see that E square is equal to A minus A square. We can easily notice that there is no identity element. We can easily notice that there is no identity element because the identity element should not depend on a particular element. Oh, yes or no? The identity element, remember, is a fix. This is a fixed element for all elements. Okay, so this is a fixed element, this is a fixed element, this is a unique element. Okay, so this element, this identity element should not depend on a particular element. This element E, this E should not depend on A. Okay, but you can notice E is depending on A. So I can say there is no identity element. Or if you want to understand, you can understand like this. Let's assume E is identity element. Okay, assume E is identity element. Then what should happen? Then it should happen that 5, then what should happen? It should happen that 5 XOR E should be equal to 5. Assume E is identity element. If I assume this is identity element, then this should happen. It means 25 plus E square, this should be equal to 5. It means E square is equal to minus 20. Okay, but there is no such integer whole square is, okay, our base set is set of integers. This is our set of integers. Now you can notice this can never happen. There is no integer whose square is negative 20. So clearly I can say identity element does not exist. So there is no identity element. Identity element does not exist. Okay, so this is the point. Now you can notice identity element does not exist. So inverse also cannot exist, because to define inverse we need identity element. In the definition of inverse we need identity element. There is no identity element, so inverse also cannot exist. We cannot define the inverse. Okay, so we have seen all the properties. Now you can notice, so the question is asking what are the properties of this new operation. So this new operation is commutative but not associative, and also there is no identity element for this structure. For this structure there is no identity element. Okay, so what can you say about this structure? This structure is not associative, so I can say that this structure is basically groupoid. I can say this structure is groupoid. The another name of groupoid is magma. Okay, so this structure is groupoid but not semi-group. Okay, so this is the point. This structure Z comma exclusive OR, this structure is groupoid. This structure is groupoid but not semi-group, because associative property is not satisfied. Okay, the another name of group is magma. Okay, so this is our question. GATE 2013 question answer will be option A. Okay.